Hello friends, Namaste. You are with Deepak R. Khemani and this is the 2 Minutes Money and Personal Finance Show. In the previous episode, we discussed about a liquid fund. Know that we can put money in a liquid fund as minimum as 1 day, few days, few weeks or maybe a few months. Once your time horizon is bigger than this, typically 1 year to 2 years, there are option called short-term bond funds. There is an ultra short-term bond fund and there is a short-term bond fund. If your requirement is to keep money in a fund where you will not be touching it for more than 6-8 months, up to 1.5, maybe even 2 years, then you could look at a short-term bond fund. Chances are a short-term bond fund will give you returns which are slightly more than what you would get in a liquid fund. So if a liquid fund would give you 3.5 to 4%, a short-term bond fund could give you anywhere between 4 to 4.5, sometimes maybe even 5%, depending upon when you invested, when you went out, and what was the interest rate prevailing in the system at that time. There isn't a very big difference between a liquid and a short-term bond fund. The next category is a medium-term bond fund. We will talk about the medium-term bond fund in the next episode because there are slight, subtle differences between a medium-term bond fund and a short-term bond fund. Overall, all these funds which we have been discussing up to now, a liquid fund, a ultra short-term bond fund, a short-term bond fund, and a medium-term fund, they fall under the category of debt funds. Debt funds. We are not talking about equity at all. None of these funds have got any equity exposure. Despite that, there is the disclaimer that mutual fund investments are subject to market risks, which means there is still some risk involved when you are investing in these debt funds. There is no equity involved. I am repeating over here, but even then, there is some risk. This is a standard disclaimer. Whenever you are investing in any mutual fund scheme, do it in consultation with your investment advisor, your financial advisor, who knows what's right for you. Let's meet again in the next episode. Stay tuned.